7:50 at KNEB. Time for News Extra, brought to you by Intralinks. Here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you very much, Dennis, and good morning, everyone. We're going to talk about a pretty neat event coming up a week from this Saturday, the Western Nebraska Vintage Motorcycle Show and Swap Meet. We have Jim Newirth here along with Denise Roussel, and they're going to discuss this and where all the proceeds go. As a matter of fact, the Panhandle Humane Society, which is kind of why Denise is here, but she also loves motorcycles, I know. And Jim, so tell us, this first year went really well. You're looking for being bigger and better things. Second year, right?
Yes, we just we had a little show born out of just a group of us gathering and decided to display what bikes that we had, and we ended up with like 65 bikes last year, and we ended up just a ton of people in their 40s, 50s that had these kinds of bikes back in high school and whatever. And so it went over really good. After the show, I had just a number of people go, well, are you going to do this again? Are you going to do this again? So more people wanted to become involved, and so we've got a good solid core of about 15 volunteers that got this thing rolling. We're going to have a number of other volunteers that are going to help along with the show that particular day. And it just was really well received, and so we're looking to get this show up to another level this year. I believe we're going to be bringing in a number of out-of-town exhibitors. We've also got a swap meet with this, and so I think it's just going to generate a lot of interest. And the big thing about it is just about everyone back in the 60s and 70s, I mean, there were motorcycles just running all over the country, and everybody had one, it seemed like. And so the response last year was, oh, I had one like that in high school, or oh, a friend of mine had one. So, you know, most of these have really not been seen for probably 30 plus years. So it was a new interest, and so we're hoping that we take it to another level this year. And in getting involved with the Panhandle Humane Society, I just noticed 60 Minutes had done a little special on sidecar dogs, and it's veterans that hook up a sidecar on their motorcycle, train a dog to ride in it, and then just sort of tour around the country. So their following has been really good, draws out a lot of people. They end up raising money for shelters and whatever. So we're thinking that this is going to be a good draw for us. We're going to have a number of different pets riding different types of vehicles there, and so we just think that that should be a good, strong feeling of people for to attend the show. And there's no entry fee for the exhibitors. It's just we do want a $20 donation to go to the Panhandle Humane Society. All the funds go to them, and we want to certainly encourage that part of it. And we also want to, they can go over and above. I mean, we're looking to really make a big impact here, and so we're really hopeful that that's what will happen this year.
All right. 10 o'clock over at Culver's on August 22nd is when this event is. And everybody knows where Culver's is, 2915 Avenue B. 10 o'clock in the morning on August 22nd. We're going to talk to Denise after the break and find out exactly what the Humane Society will do with this money. They're really looking to raise quite a bit of money from this right after this.
Is your wireless computer network secure?
Okay. You're on.
Hey.
You'll be on next.
All right, that's fine. Did I get it too high?
Yeah, we'll get you up there closer.
All right.
There you go.
All right, so they can hear me. I'll try not to flip it.
No, you're doing just fine.
I find it easier if I just look at you like I'm talking to you.
That's right.
Not think about it.
And then just thinking ahead, okay, I got it.
Right. The points
going,
you
yeah.
want to make.
We're back on News Extra talking about a really neat event, the Western Nebraska Vintage Motorcycle Show and Swap Meet coming up at Culver's, 10 a.m. a week from this Saturday, August 22nd. Get those motorcycles that you haven't ridden for a while, or even if you are riding it right now, you can go over there and show it off. And like Jim said, they may have as many as 200 there this year, just in their second year. It's over at 2915 Avenue B over at Culver's. Proceeds go to the Panhandle Humane Society. Like we said, Jim Newirth and Denise Roussel are here. And Denise, you've been a board member with the Humane Society for a number of years. Now you're a volunteer looking at fundraising efforts, and this is obviously a good way to do that, right?
Yes, Kevin, we're very excited about this because the Western Nebraska Vintage Motorcycle Show is giving all their proceeds to the Panhandle Humane Society. And right now we've started a new program giving all the animals the same food, consistent diet of Science Diet, which is a high nutrition food, which certainly helps all those compromised animals that come in. Some of them have been in bad shape physically, but some are just stressed because they have been relinquished to the shelter. So it really helps having a high nutrition and consistent diet to make them make that transition and not suffer all the stomach problems that come from changing the food all the time. The community has always been so generous about bringing in food for us, and everybody is extremely appreciative. It's just that there was all different kinds. And
Yeah.
so this way we eliminate that problem.
Yeah, and you have just one type of food, and it's like you say, a science-based diet, perfect diet for everybody, for all the dogs and so forth, all the pets there, and it works out well, and it makes it so that they can be readily adoptable, right?
Yes. When they do get sick, obviously, from a change of diet, you have to take them off the floor, and they're not
Yeah.
available for adoption, and nobody wants that.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you guys should get you're kind of hoping this fulfills any need you have to raise funds for this particular food for the rest of the year, right?
We would really love to see that. I mean, to be able to have enough money to know that we can purchase this. Science Diet generously does this at a deeply discounted rate for non-for-profit shelters. And so we're hoping to get enough money to be able to ensure that we can continue the program through 2015.
All right, very good. Bring it back to Jim here a little bit. Tell us how you get registered for this, Jim. I suppose you can show up that day, but you'd like to, if possible, have people tell you they're coming ahead of time, right?
Correct. There is we do have a site that you can go to and register, and that is registernebraskavintage@gmail.com. It would be good if we had pre-registration on this so we can make arrangements to how we're going to place the bikes and the show parts and the swap meet parts and whatever. So any pre-registration is more than welcome. Then we'll register on site that day. Any kind of machine that's at least 30 years or older is welcome. Running or non, we'll have an area for work in progress. We'll have an area for more maybe rare bikes, which there are a number. There's going to be a number of bikes here that people they're very scarce. Very few people see them. So I think it'll be really interesting for a lot of people.
All right. Culver's 10 a.m. August 22nd. Western Nebraska Vintage Motorcycle Show and Swap Meet. Get out there and get those bikes there, and make sure you're generous when you show up as well with that free will donation. $20, not too hard to stomach, and helps out the Panhandle Humane Society. We appreciate Denise Roussel and Jim Newirth coming in to tell us all about it.
Summer spectacular event. Only at